we're on. I gotta go. All right. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us on today's video. I'm Tony Fleming from Fleming's Ultimate Garage. I was just talking to our strikingly handsome sales manager, Rich, about this car in particular and why. Well, one of the things about this car that I think sets it apart from others is it's a 65, so it's a first-year car. We talk about collector quality cars, and maybe you just want a cool car to drive. You don't need a collector car. However, there is a side benefit to owning a cool car, which is also a collector car, and that's what we have here. That is this. First-year cars always bring a lot of great value, especially the launch of these cars right here. Red Mustangs are beautiful, but this is not red. This is poppy red, which is really cool. It became the most popular color for many cars later in the 60s, like Hugger Orange, even Pontiac colors as well, Carousel Red, stuff like that. This right here is the way it came off the showroom floor, right? This is a cool car. It is a beautiful, no expense restoration. Look at the pictures of this vehicle underneath. We're gonna walk around, we're gonna look at the quality of the paint here. We're gonna look inside at all the chrome, the trim, the wheels and tires. Just the wheels and tires alone were over $2,000. You say, Tone, how could the wheels and tires be over $2,000? They're not fancy wheels. Well, they are fancy wheels because they are brand new pony wheels, right? These are red line radial tires, not white walls or not black walls. These are very expensive red line tires, which adds an authentication to the car. Look very period correct, as well as this drives well because they're radials and not the original bias ply tires. All right. Lastly, we're going to look at the quality of paint, because the quality of paint determines what this car looks like when you walk up to it or take it to a show. You don't want to get picked on at a show like, oh, that car's nice, but, right? We don't want them to yeah buts people around us, and this car here will solve that problem for you. All right, many cars along the way have had color changes, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? Because back in the day, maybe some of those greens, right, with a green interior might have been a little too much. Maybe people want to make that color change. And some cars get dinged for that, some do not, right? In the case of this car here, we're still talking about authentic, right? This car is coded to be poppy red, right? Poppy red, which is kind of cool because it's different, right? And then we also want to see what kind of job they did. And this is what job they did. You need to come up here, you need to see this, because when you read that, right, you can see the lights, you can see the ceiling, you can read all of the font in there nice and crisp and clear in the paint, and that's exactly what you should be looking for. Pictures are great about cars, but people can doctor pictures and things like that. The video shows us exactly what we have, and what we have is what I can say now is really a mirror finish shine, show waxed and detailed. I want to take a look under the hood for a minute. I'm going to tell you why I'm not doing it yet. Because for many of our clients, they don't really care. They just don't care. They want a cool car to drive. That's not important to them. But even if it's not important to you, you want to know that what's under the hood is all done very period correct, really nice looking, detailed, fresh, new, everything new, right? Here's why I say that. If you decided you wanted to go to a car show, okay, you could be awfully proud of this car because it's beautifully restored and very authentically restored. As a matter of fact, quite honestly, this is over-restored, right? If you went to judging, they would actually ding you a little bit because it's too nice, all right? What did I mean by that? For instance, the bolts that hold on the fenders would normally be just plain old bolts, which eventually would rust over time. These are cadmium-plated bolts. They look really nice in here, okay? For instance, here we have tower clamps, which is the original style clamp that holds on hoses and things like that. You say, Tone, why do you spend a minute on clamps? It's a ridiculous statement. Who cares? A clamp's a clamp. It costs nothing. Agreed. However, these clamps are 10 times the price of a regular clamp. That means that somebody is willing to go the extra effort to make this nice. The air cleaner and the valve covers are painted gold like they're supposed to, and the engine block is black. Next year, all of that would have been blue. It's all nice and correct. The timing decal is here. The washer bag is here, right? The battery topper is here. When you open the hood of this car, it is really, really nice. Whether in your garage and you want to show a friend or whatever, or you want to tinker yourself and play with the engine once in a while, maybe you want to do your own tune-up, spark plugs or whatever, it's so easy to get to. Even if you don't care about what's under the hood, you just want a cool car to drive, know that all of that's been done for you. I don't have that signature move. All right, we're going to work on the back here. I'm getting a lot of flack from the people watching the video on the outside of the camera. You can't see them. I could use a little help right now. Oh. Anyway, the dual exhaust is out the back here. you can't really see that unless you're looking down there. It says that this is a performance car. With the 4-speed, you get to hear the rise and fall of the engine coming out the back of the car. All new chrome, gas tank, even the trunk lock, the trim, the lenses, every little piece is new on the car. The boot, the snaps, and then maybe you don't care about the trunk. Maybe you're not going to spend a lot of time in the trunk. Agreed, most people don't. However, the extra step that this has gone here is that we have the correct tartan mat in the car, we have a spare tire, and we have what we call a jack pack, which includes the jacks and things like that for in case there was an issue. My point is this, is that this right here is exactly the way the car would have come off the showroom floor. 9 times out of 10, we don't even get a spare tire. This has it in it. This has a jacking instructions decal in it. Maybe a jacking instructions decal is very inexpensive. However, it's the other step that somebody went to make this a nicer car. New weather stripping you can see in here. Again, all detailed, 2 sets of keys. And then when the trunk closes, it sounds like a trunk, like a well done, well restored car. All right, so you walk up to this car and you go, wow, that is a great looking car. That's my car. That's super cool. But how's the inside? Like, that's where you're going to spend most of your time, working the shifter, looking at the gauges, listening to great music, right? I want to describe a little experience to you once we get inside here. So join me inside for a second. Let's check this out. This is nice because I wanted to do this. There's a lot of room inside here, right? To imagine going out to dinner with another couple, taking the kids with you as well. I'm 6'1", and so like I almost cannot reach the pedal because I have this seat slid all the way back. So I could really move this up more. There's a lot of room in here. The shifter's right here the way we want it, okay? But look at the detail stuff. Console is new, console plate is new, shifter is new, the boot is new, the HVAC controls, the dash, the gauges, the steering wheel, like on and on and on. This is you know, $7,000 worth of parts, labor, things. This is an upgraded stereo system that looks to be original style, but it's not. It's a digital unit, so you can stream your music and things like that from it. Trunk is all detailed. I mean, sorry, the glove box is detailed. We already looked at the trunk. In here, we have the owner's manual, which is kind of cool, right? Just in case you needed to know how to work your 65 Mustang. This is just a great, like I'm smiling because I think to myself, you in this car, driving around, drive this car to work on a Friday, right? Tell whoever it is that needs you, you're on the way home or you're going to meet them, and shut off the phone. Get rid of that Twitter feed, the Facebook feed, the email feed, the boss feed, the every feed, all that noise you got coming in your head. Shut the phone off for just a little bit of time, man. I'm telling you, disconnect, get in this car, put on some music that you like, right? That you're not forced to listen to other people's, right? And go for a drive. Game changer. You can get rid of your therapist. This will now become a free car because you're no longer paying for your therapist, and it's a great deal. All right, so we want to close up what we ran down. We rambled on a lot about detail stuff. And so in a weird sort of world, many of the people that buy this car just want to get a cool car. And that's exactly what this is. It just happens to also be beautifully restored and a collector car because of its color, its years, the fact that it's a 4-speed, and many cars today, you can't even buy a manual transmission, right? It's got a V8, it's got a sound, it's got a cool feel, like you go for a drive and like it's, I don't know, man, it's a game changer. You heard me talk about when you were inside the car, shutting the phone off and just going for a drive. It's really, really nice. All right, anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you don't mind, hit the like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're always throwing out new stuff every day, and share it with your friends. Get some message out there. We really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.